All right, second to last question. Don't sob.
Don't sob.
What does this dorm mean to you personally?
Fucker. I hate you.
You're almost done. I got one more that's kind of a more ethnography based question. You'll see.
Hey, well, this place is like my second home, and I still hate you so much. I hate you. Honestly, this BMAC Archives project is like kind of my parting gift to the people that built the place I fell in love with, and yeah, there's no way I'm getting through this without crying, dude.
Okay, well, we can just say it means a lot. Thumbs up, yay, yippee,
Yeah,
woohoo!
okay.
Yeah, there's actively tears welling in his eyes. Let's get.
You don't
this
have to
through.
call me out.
I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. If you had to explain the spirit or soul of this dorm to someone who's never lived here, what would you say?
Family is really just kind of the main thing because we're brothers and sisters of Whitworth, and there's nothing really else like that with any other place on campus, and you really do belong here, and so it's hard to imagine how different my experience would if I didn't start or choose to live here, because I couldn't imagine going without it.
Yeah.
It's an amazing experience. It's like incredible for your mental health, because there's actively people who you can rely on when you're in need, and at the same time they can rely on you. Just the other day, this guy was having a meltdown, and he pulled me aside and we just hugged it out, and he was a lot better afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't. Yeah, I would not be in the place I am right now if I had not been a part of this place.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all I've got. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I still hate you.
Let's go grab dinner.
Yeah.